Colorado.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome into Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Ross Leonhardt. Up next, we are joined via Zoom with the Executive Chairman of the Electronic Payments Coalition, Richard Hunt. We're talking credit cards and cashback rewards, all that good stuff. Richard, thanks for joining us.
Hey, a good day to you.
So I understand there's a new survey out, but let's get right into it. What are some of these benefits that people are using, and who can use these cashback benefits with credit cards?
Yeah, you bet. When you think of reward points, usually you think of somebody taking a vacation for the family or going international. But our new study shows that 70% of low to middle income cardholders utilize reward cards. They use it as a lifeline to make everyday needs, and they prefer cash back over miles. They use the cash back to pay down their grocery bill or their gasoline prices, and especially around back to school season, and also they use it during the holiday season. This is the fastest growing segment in the country.
That's amazing. And how else can people take advantage of this? What advice do you have for people that are looking to use this?
Yeah, well, first off, I would say everybody should use their points as soon as possible. They should also sign up through their credit card dining options. Every day people eat out or they do takeout these days, and you can get multiple points for the same service you got just by signing up to their reward program through their credit card.
Yeah, and I understand that this really benefits low and middle income people that have these. Is that right? And who can take the best advantage of these?
Yeah, look, everyone can go to their credit card to get advantage of it, but it's just mind-boggling to us how people depend on using reward cards to meet everyday needs. People need this to supplement their income during this high inflationary times, and I would always just make sure, whenever possible, use your credit card. Of course, pay it off each and every month, but I would certainly take advantage of the reward programs that your credit card gives you.
Yeah, awesome. And definitely paying it off every month is a huge one. Any other tips?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some great stuff that come along with this. Any other tips or things to be careful of?
Yeah, not to be careful of. Look, this is a very convenient program for everybody to use. Both the merchant and the consumer gets a great benefit with instantaneous payment system. So I would definitely use your credit card whenever possible. I would also go to our website, handsoffmyrewards.com, to learn more about how to use your credit card to help you out with everyday expenses, and also to make sure horrible legislation in Congress does not pass. We saw this show back in 2010 when reward points for debit cards went away. We don't want that to happen once again in the United States Congress with the reward cards for credit cards to go away. The Durbin-Marshall bill is trying to make its way through Congress. We're trying to do everything we can to defeat this legislation.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that bill that's in front of Congress right now and the kind of the timeline there and what we're hoping for.
Well, they're trying every day to attach this bill onto the FAA reauthorization bill, which has nothing to do with that piece of legislation. They're trying to change the way credit cards are processed. And one of the dire consequences of this is your reward points would go away. We cannot let that happen. Please go to handsoffmyrewards.com.
Yeah, that would be such a bummer. And obviously different cards have different rewards. What's stopping you from getting 9, 10 of these things and getting all the rewards?
Yeah, nothing except you're not using the website to go to your credit card to make sure you sign up for all the offers. The offers change sometimes on a daily basis. You got to stay ahead of it to make sure you get great value. There's some 8,000 credit cards in circulation today that are offered by banks and credit unions. So please make sure you go and take full advantage of your credit card.
Awesome. And where can people just go and listeners go in general for more information?
Yeah, look, go to handsoffmyrewards.com, handsoffmyrewards.com. It's an A to Z website that tells you the best use of your credit card and to stop bad legislation from passing.
Amazing, amazing. And I just want to go back real quick. I know you mentioned gasoline, groceries. What are some of these other, day-to-day things that people can use these rewards on?
Well, I don't think there's anything you can't use rewards for, whether it is going out to eat, gasoline prices as well, newspaper subscription, magazine subscriptions, across the board. I think I use my credit card probably 6 times a day for every single purchase that I make. I accumulate the reward points, I pay off my bill each and every month, and then I use it for trips and for also cashback purposes.
Yeah, I think those big vacations are what most people think of, but obviously there's those day-to-day, like you said, 6 times a day you could be using that credit card for rewards.
Yeah.
What's kind of next in this world? What can people look forward to?
Well, I think what you can look forward to is making sure we are able to keep your credit cards like they are, to make sure it is safe, secure, and convenient. Think about when you use your credit card today, you have great peace of mind that is a safe and secure transaction. What this would do in Congress, no doubt about it, unfortunately, I think fraud would go up. You wouldn't be as safe and secure as you once were, and we cannot allow that to happen.
Awesome. And at the Electronic Payments Coalition, you guys do so much over there. What else is going on over there at the EPC?
Well, at APC, we're strictly focused right now on this draconian legislation that's trying to get through Congress. We're trying to make sure that fraud remains low in this country, although we have some very bad people in this country who get up every single day trying to do nothing but hack into your credit card. We're trying to make sure that both low income, moderate America, income America, and higher income all have safety and convenience of their credit card.
Awesome. Richard, thanks so much for joining us this morning. It's kind of fascinating what's going on there, and
Yeah.
hopefully that legislation, we'll keep our eye on that as well, and those credit cards rewards keep rolling right along. Thanks for joining us. And for our listeners, stay tuned for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces.
Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Daily Flash Latino. Designed for the American Latino audience, Daily Flash Latino hosts Jessica Reyes and Fabian Marcano deliver their fresh perspective on the latest entertainment news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, and more in both English and Spanish, aka Spanglish. Daily Flash Latino builds, connects, and celebrates the diverse Hispanic audience. Daily Flash Latino, trending news and entertainment with a splash of Spanglish.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome into the TVA Weather Center. I'm your host, Ross Leonard. On this Tuesday morning, we have snow showers and some wind expected today. 32 degrees to start at 8 a.m. A high of 43, a little bit warmer than yesterday, but 80% chance of rain and snow there. 20 to 30 mile per hour winds throughout the day today. Noon, things get up to 36 degrees and the snow showers start coming. 4 p.m., 36 degrees. 8 p.m. starts coming down to 33 degrees. Snow showers expected throughout the day in the Rocky Mountain region. Eagle, a high of 48, 70% chance of a wintry mix. Avon, high of 45, 80% chance of that mix. Vail, high of 43, 80% chance. Denver, high of 63, 10% of some moisture falling on the Front Range. Tonight, a low of 19 with 40% chance of snow and overcast into the evening. Sunset at 8:06 p.m. Winds start dying down into the evening. Into the rest of the week, mostly cloudy day tomorrow on Wednesday with afternoon showers expected on Thursday and scattered showers on Friday. Temperatures start coming back up here into the weekend. High of 59 and partly cloudy on Saturday and some afternoon thunderstorms expected on Sunday with a high of 63. So temperatures varying, lows in the 20s and 30s, highs in the 40s and 50s coming up, and some precipitation falling throughout the week. Up next, we're checking in with Maddie, who has an interview with a new first aid program.
Living here in the mountains, it's so important that you have first aid training. Well, a great new way to do that is Stop the Bleed, and I'm joined by Dr. Kenji Inaba. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Truly a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Now, for people who do not know what Stop the Bleed is, can you give us a brief overview?
Sure. Stop the Bleed is a 1-hour program put out by the American College of Surgeons Committee on Trauma. It's basically designed to teach non-medical providers how to stop bleeding should a bleeding emergency arise.
Which this is something that's really important, and especially for those adrenaline junkies out there. So what are some common scenarios where Stop the Bleed and the techniques that you learn throughout the program might come in handy?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, this program was developed in response to an active shooter situation, but the reality is this can apply to any time that there is a bleeding emergency, regardless of the cause. So if you're out in the backcountry and an accident of some sort happens and there's bleeding, you can use this in your backyard at the side of a highway with a traffic collision. It really doesn't matter what caused the bleeding. These techniques will apply to any situation where there is life-threatening bleeding.
Which I think in the long run is so beneficial for people to have this information tucked into their back pocket. Now, why is Stop the Bleed different from other first aid programs?
Yeah, you know, this course is really designed to tackle the #1 most common cause of preventable death after injury, and that is bleeding. Unlike many broader first aid programs, this is designed very specifically to focus on 3 techniques that will help you stop the bleeding in this sort of situation.
Now, where can people go to find the program locally, especially if they're in a place where maybe this would be really beneficial to them?
Absolutely. We've got programs literally running around the world, and probably the easiest place where all this information is consolidated is the stopthebleed.org/save-a-life website. On that website, all the information that you could ever want about local courses, about the program itself, and equipment concerns, all of it has been consolidated onto that website. So that is, it's stopthebleed.org/save-a-life.
And why would you recommend people take this program as a current day modern first aid course?
You know, I think that regardless of who you are, what you like to do outside of work, where you live, these bleeding emergencies can occur. And so, you know, the reality is from the moment that injury occurs to when EMS arrives, that is precious time where if bleeding is occurring, there's a much higher likelihood that someone's going to not make it. And if you can intervene in that time period after that injury occurs, but before EMS arrives, there's a chance that you can potentially save a life. So I think it's a really valuable course. It takes 1 hour of your time, and it can really arm you with the techniques required to save the life of your friends, family, and anyone that you might run across that has a bleeding emergency.
So one more time, if people are interested in taking the course, where can they get the information?
Absolutely. It's stopthebleed.org/save-a-life.
I want to thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, and thank you for the hard work that you've put in to cultivating this program. That way people can help save a life.
Truly a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. Take care.
Make sure that you check out this incredible first aid program. We all have an adrenaline junkie in our life, and you never know when Stop the Bleed is going to come in handy. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
We're on Highway 6. Stone Ridge Road is the nearest intersection.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
It looks like a person has been hit that was waiting at the bus stop. He's lying on the ground, and his bag is shot all over the place, and he's unresponsive.
My name is Chief Greg Daly with the Avon Police Department. We are making a public appeal in respect to the tragic loss of Jack Ladisic, who was killed on March 5th of this year. Jack had come to the Vail Valley for many, many years. He was an avid skier and skied with the same group of friends for over 40 years. As a 76-year-old, he was an amazingly active individual. Jack was tragically lost on the night of March 5th, and he was left on the side of the road after somebody hit him with a vehicle. We are appealing to our community for any information that you may know about this event, or if you have any information about the person that was driving that vehicle that night.
Hello, I'm Detective Sergeant Herrera with the Avon Police Department. On the night of March 5th, 2024, Jack Ladisic was walking westbound on Highway 6 at approximately 6:45 p.m. He was struck by a vehicle and killed. The vehicle left the scene. We know this to be a white, smaller vehicle reported by a witness. You are now seeing a video of a volunteer wearing similar clothing to what Jack was wearing that night. If you have any information or have heard of any information regarding that tragedy that night, please contact the Avon Police Department. We are seeking justice for Jack.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Woo. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Unfortunately, medical crisis happened, and having to pay for that is just part of it. And lucky for us, we have Jeff Sarovich joining us on the couch with the McGrew Agency to talk about that. And Jeff, thanks for joining us this morning.
I know, not always the most pleasant topic to discuss, but it happens a lot. In fact, last year, Ross, over 45% of Americans thought about that. Like, if I go through a medical issue, health issue, cancer battle, heart issue, or a serious accident, how am I going to pay for all the things my health insurance doesn't cover? I remember before I came on with our agency, I read a Harvard Business Review from 2008 that 60%, I believe, of the medical bankruptcies that year were medically related, yet 80% had health insurance.
Ooh.
So I kind of started looking at that as what's the disconnect? I interviewed with this company and they kind of showed a product line that will pay folks cash when they go through those health issues to offset all their indirect costs that they don't think about. So when I sit with a client, I say, hey, we all take our good health for granted until we lose it. Now what? You're not going to work. The boss likes you, but if you don't show up, how are you drawing a paycheck? Right. So our goal when I sit with a client is really not to sell our product, it's to educate them and inform them on all the out-of-pocket expenses they face when they go through a medical issue.
Yeah, and especially in a community like ours, that's so active and cancer's everywhere, right? It's really important for us here in this community. And speaking of some of those out-of-pocket costs, we're talking in the billions last year, right? That people are paying.
A little more than that.
Okay.
So the three big issues when I sit with folks that seem to affect folks the most is cancer is number one, heart issues are number two is regarding health, but then accidents are probably the biggest with over $1 trillion spent just last year in the United States on accidents. So when you look at, we kind of use this little iceberg analogy, what's above the waterline is what healthcare covers. I believe accidents last year was about 200 million. But over 800 million was kind of below that iceberg line. So the analogy I give, it's not what sunk the Titanic, what they could see above the water, it's what they couldn't see. That's the cancer graphic, so that's what was spent on cancer last year. So again, two costs. Direct is what health insurance covers, so that's paying the docs and hospitals. What we try and educate folks on is the indirect costs, and that's, again, lost income. Obviously, living expenses continue. The mortgage is coming in whether you go to work or not. I've got 3 kids, they want to eat, whether I go to work or not. So we just try and help folks understand that if you can't go to work and you're not drawing income yet these bills are coming in, I don't want people having to go into their savings, their retirement, their kids' college funds, because when those are drained and gone, now what? Now the house might be on the line.
Right.
So we just try and help folks cover those indirect costs by just paying cash directly to them, and they can use the money however they want.
Right, and it's such a stressful situation being where this is with health issues, so that extra income is crucial, and that's kind of where you guys come in, right? And you guys are able to help people. How do you kind of explain to clients what you can do?
Right. Yeah, I mean, we just go through, we have different options. We can meet anyone's budget. We have 4 tiers of enrollment, so if money's tight, which a lot of folks it is, we can still give you a very attractive, affordable monthly commitment, but still has a true impact if you have to use it. I was in a business and I spoke to a young lady. She was 19 years old, and I lead with our cancer product. She goes, how much is it, or how much will it pay me? I said, if you hit every benefit, Crystal, it'll pay you $10,000 per month, no lifetime limits.
Wow.
She's like, well, what will it cost me? I said, $11.10. She's like, sign me up. I'm like, why are you doing this? You're 19. She goes, Jeff, my best friend in high school got diagnosed with leukemia. His parents lost their house. Wow. If you're telling me I won't do that to my folks, my parents, sign me up. And this is an example of one of my clients. So we use handwritten testimonials, Ross, when people go through these. That's our marketing. But we paid this young lady over $108,000 for 10 cancer claims over a 10-year period.
Amazing.
And all it cost her was $63 a month for the whole family.
Amazing.
So she never had to go into her retirement.
Yeah, and so how can people find you, or where can people go for more information?
So I book and typically go to somebody's business. So I'm happy. I don't have a home. I have a home office, but I go. People like the fact that I come to their place of business. We sit in a conference room or break room, and I take maybe 20 minutes to explain this, show different options. But what really intrigues people, Ross, and this is why I took the position, if someone, say, signed up for maybe $100 a month for everything, then I can typically do that. If they never use our product after 25 years, they get 100% of their money back.
Oh, wow, amazing.
So we're going to write them a check. You're going to get $30,000 back.
Amazing.
We get to keep the interest as a company.
Right.
I got to get paid somehow.
Of course.
So we just invest the monthly premium and keep the interest, but that client is either getting unlimited cash payout if they have to use it, the rates are locked, and if they never use it, they get it all back.
Amazing. So this is for people trying to get ahead of a medical crisis, and also for people that find themselves in a medical crisis?
So that's the one caveat. I've got to catch people prior to, so my maybe not so good joke is you can't crash the car and then call and say, hey, I need car insurance.
Of course,
right?
of course.
We've got to catch you. So what qualifies you is not the money, it's your health.
Right.
And almost all of my clients qualify when I meet with them. So,
Right.
and hopefully they never have to use it.
Right.
So,
And again, in a community like ours where accidents happen and medical crises are somewhat unpredictable,
Yep.
it's a great idea. How do you explain to people that this is really a benefit to them?
by just walking them through. I mean, the company I feel has put together a very easy to understand scripted presentation. When people get to the end, they just like, well, this looks like something I want to put in place, but how do I budget for that? And then we can tailor it to whatever their budget is.
Right, and I'm sure you have some very powerful success stories, right? Like some of these written testimonials. Can you talk a little bit about some of the people that you've helped?
Well, Tiffany that we just showed was probably my biggest local, but I got to attest that the accident coverage actually works. So,
okay.
I dumped the mountain bike about 5 years ago. This $80,000 shoulder, my company paid me almost $9,000. So I paid my deductible, and the 2 weeks I couldn't work, that additional cash was just used to pay all my bills, pay the mortgage, and it's not taxable. You didn't earn it. It's a paid benefit. So we just put it in folks' accounts. They do whatever they want with the money, no strings attached.
For sure, for sure.
So,
and this is, do you try to catch people like some of these in their teens or trying to get anyone?
You got to be at least 18.
Okay.
And I can go up to age 80. But I'd say the top of the bell curve, Ross, is like 30 to 55 working class families here in the Valley. That's your peak expense years where it's costing the most. Right? I've raised 3 kids. It's not inexpensive.
Yep.
So I just was very grateful when I had my issue that I knew there was some peace of mind knowing I had some cash that I didn't have to touch the savings I'd worked so hard for.
Yeah, and then obviously you're based locally, but you're helping people across the country, right?
We are a nationwide company. I received an update recently. Folks that have enrolled here, the bulk of my 2,600 clients I've enrolled here, but I have clients now in 30 states.
Awesome.
So I didn't go to 30 states.
Right,
they just kind of relocated. So it is portable. You can take it with you. I just paid an accident claim from a gentleman who got injured in Jamaica.
Okay.
So even the accident coverage works out of the country.
Wow. What's something, a frequently asked question or something that a lot of people kind of ask you when they come into it?
Is this a real business? Because no one has ever heard of a company, and especially an insurance company, that says rates are locked, unlimited cash payout, no lifetime limit, and you get all your money back. So that's just a foreign concept to most people, but our founder he was in the industry about 10 years prior. He saw the frustrations with most other insurance, just a broad brush, that people would pay all this money and then all of a sudden there seemed to be these, it was, such and such and we can't pay you.
Right.
So I have paid out over $500,000 in claims in the 11 years I've been with the company, here mostly in the Valley.
Mm-hmm.
So promises made, promises kept.
Right.
When I sit with a client, I look them in the eye, I go, hey, there's no fine print. You do have to go 25 years if you want the money back or pass away, which I hope doesn't happen.
Right.
And you're not earning interest. Other than that, it's as black and white as I'm showing you.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
Anything else we should have talked about? Anything else people should know?
No, I'd love to have a sit down. I'm very easy to work with. I don't pressure people. I hear no the first time.
Right.
So I just want an opportunity to share the information. So if people want to get a hold of me, call me. My cell, 970-376-4337. Let's book a coffee meet and greet, give you a quick overview of rates, and if it's for you, great. If not, no harm, no foul.
Definitely. And then you still on that mountain bike?
Oh, yeah.
Going
to Moab this weekend.
Beautiful time of year to get out and take advantage of it. Not the most fun topic, but it's amazing the help you're giving people. So really cool what you guys are doing over there.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Appreciate it.
And we'll be back with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that.
And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today.
Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires, let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page. From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Eight-time Emmy-nominated Animal Rescue is a half-hour television series showcasing the heroic efforts of people helping animals. Join host and award-winning journalist Alex Payne and the Animal Rescue camera crew as they travel around the world, capturing dramatic rescues, rehabilitation, and relocation stories. For programming schedule, check your local listings today. Don't miss your favorite episodes of Animal Rescue.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Up next, we're checking in with Kim, who spoke with an author and investor on an interesting interview.
Now, welcome back to our show. Our next guest has his hands in many, many things. I'm so excited to chat with investor, author, and brand positioner, Medhat Zaki. Medhat, how are you this morning?
Hello, Kimberly. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Great to have you here.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. I'm so excited because
Thank
you are such an interesting person in what you do from a personal and a professional perspective. So tell me a bit, what is a positioner, and what are you doing as an author as well?
Oh, thank you. Position. That's mean your position, how you do it. For example, you can have the best product in the world or the best service in the world. If your customer or client does not know this, there is no value. You cannot sell anything. I give you an example, like a bottle of water. The bottle of water costed in the supermarket 50 cents, costed in the restaurant $3, costed in the airport $5, costed in the airplane $10, in 5-star hotel $12, something like that. It is the same bottle, but the position is different. This is the position.
That's so interesting. It's a great way to really maximize the value and the importance of each product. So how did you get into this space? I think that's such an interesting space to be part of because you work with people and brands all across the board. Tell me a bit more.
So I did a lot of mistakes, and it was a really hard and very long way. And then I learned a lot, and also from my mentors. My biggest mentor and the greatest mentor is Brian Tracy. I learned a lot from him about sales psychology and brand positioning. And I come up with the idea to say, okay, maybe I can help the people to do not the same mistake what I did. They can do another mistake, but not the mistake what I did. So I help the people to have it shorter and quickly than I did. And so I come the idea, and it works.
Wonderful. Now you mentioned Brian. Oh my goodness, you've mentioned Tracy. Brian Tracy, yes, and you said that he was your mentor, but he's also a partner. You've also have a partnership with him. So tell me a bit about that.
That's true. I'm the co-founder with Brian Tracy from Brian Tracy Publishing. We help people to position themselves through us. We do books in several languages. Here, for example, this is a book in English, in Spanish, in Arabic, in German, in a lot of languages, so that the people can use this book as a 3-dimension business card. They can open doors with this, and also to profit from the leverage. Brian Tracy has millions of followers, and I have about 1 million followers. So when they cooperate with us, they can profit from the leverage of this and sure the credibility also.
Absolutely. So how did you form your partnership with Brian Tracy? What was it about Brian Tracy Publishing that that made you want to pursue this avenue as well?
So Brian Tracy changed my life about 25 years ago, as I started to read his books. I was a sales manager, and I read the book, The Psychology of Sales, and so changed my mindset complete. And since I learned this, I can sell now much more. And so I dreamed to meet him, and I dreamed that he will be my mentor, and I did it. And then I met him, and we did some books together, and that's great. And then I asked him if we can do this together to help another people to have it easier than I had. And he said, sure, let us do it. And then we do it.
I love that. So it just shows that manifestation of dreams and tenacity really makes things come to fruition. So you wrote a book. Tell me a bit about the psychology of sales and what inspired you to write this book.
Oh, great. The psychology of sales, because most of the people think sales, it's hard. It's not easy to sell something. And also I met a lot of people, they think sales is a talent. If you are not talented, you cannot sell. But no, if you understand the people and the pain, what they have, and then you know that you can help them with your product, then you can sell unlimited. And if the people see this and believe you, and then you show the value, they will buy. And that's a great I mean, if I see somebody who needs this product, what I have, and I don't sell it, it's like that I can help somebody, but I didn't help him. And come another competitor with a better or expensive and sell better than me. So that's not good. That's why I support the people to sell more. And this is the psychology of sales.
It's true. It sounds like the premise of the book is to understand what the basic human need, what is it that somebody needs, and then being able to offer a solution versus just pushing a product down their throats, essentially. I love that. And I think it's a conversation.
And to understand, if I see that you understand what my needs, I will buy.
It's simple as that. That's a really great book to have. So what can we expect? What do you have planned for this year? Any new books that you're working on, or any sort of motivational speaking that's happening?
Yeah, we do now a serial of some books called Succeeding in Business in Any Market. And our next book will be in May next month, and it will be Winning Strategy for Success. This will be up in 4 weeks on Amazon with 22 co-authors. And that's really great. But I told Brian, we have in one book, like this, 22 authors, Brian and me, we are 24. And here it's done in business, marketing, positioning, sales, and all something to do with business. And what's really great, we have here mentors and mentor and coach and consultant, and the sum of experience we have here more than 400 years of business experience in one book. More than 400 years experience.
Wow, that's so many different
Great.
experiences and opportunities and situations. So you can learn
Yeah.
from all different scenarios. That's really fantastic.
That's true.
So
That's
tell us
all-
again
that's
the
true.
title of the book and when does it come out officially?
In May, the middle, I think in 4 weeks, middle of May, the name is Winning Strategies for Success.
Wonderful.
Winning Strategies for Success.
Well, congratulations on your new book, Winning Strategies for Success, which will be on Amazon in May. So we'll make sure that our viewers keep
Yes.
an eye out for that. And where can we go, Midhat, for more information to follow your journey, to follow Brian Tracy, and to just learn further?
Oh, that's great. BrianTracy-publishing.com or medhatzaki.com.
Wonderful. Well, thank you.
BrianTracy-publishing. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate the
Thank
knowledge.
you, Kimberly.
I know
Thank you.
everybody should learn how to sell, whether you're a salesperson or not. It's an important skill set to have. So lots of success can be had just by reading your books. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
It was great meeting you. Thank you.
Great to chat with you as well. Now stay tuned. We have a bit more in the show. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
Next up, we've got a special duo from two of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
And the songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at leadvillerailroad.com.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on 92? because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on Mountain Perspectives and our expanded Spanish programming block. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website, tv8vail.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Up next, we are talking Naked and Afraid XL with Sam and Lindsay from the show, coming out on Sunday. Sam and Lindsay, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
How are you guys today? It looks like you have some clothes on. Are you feeling comfortable?
Yeah, I'm doing good today.
Awesome.
We're not in our full uniforms.
Awesome. So debuting on Sunday, Naked and Afraid XL. This is a big one. It's a 40-mile journey. Can you guys tell us a little bit about your experience without spilling all the beans?
So Lindsay, do you want to tell everyone what it's about?
Oh, it is probably the most grueling suffrage that I have ever felt. Completely nerve-wracking. For me, it was huge mental game. I learned a lot about myself out there, but you can see anything. I mean, the snakes, the bugs, the plants, everything's out for blood. Everything wants to eat you. It's going to be absolutely grueling, but I can promise you it's going to be absolutely epic as well. There are some great adventures that happen out there.
And you guys are in the Colombian Badlands for this one, right?
Correct.
That's right.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
And
all kinds of weather, everything wants to eat us alive. It's going to be an unimaginable and beautiful suffering. So I invite everyone to tune in.
Yeah, and so Sam, you're from the UK, a little different kind of scene there, and Lindsay, I understand you're from Alaska. So how do you prepare for something like this?
I don't think there really is any kind of preparation, and as you say, someone from the United Kingdom, not to stereotype myself, but in my day-to-day life, I'm not normally a naked person. So, on top of the vulnerability and awkwardness that comes from that, you've also got the fact that to my body, to my mind, Colombia, it might as well have been an alien planet.
Right. And obviously it's a 40-day challenge, 40 miles, and the show comes out on Sunday on Discovery Channel. For you guys, when you kind of get dropped off there, what's that feeling when you take off that last piece of clothing and you're officially on your own for food and water and clothes out there?
I feel like for me, as soon as that final piece of clothing comes off, it's kind of like a deep breath, like, here we go. We're doing this again. I'm a little bit crazy. Okay, here we go. Like I'm in it to win it.
Yeah.
I'm in it now.
And Sam, what are you thinking when you're getting into the last go there?
Yeah, for me, I find that moment twice I've done it now, and it's a very surreal situation. But I must say, the moment the first thorn or sharp piece of glass-like lava rock slices your foot open, reality very quickly sinks back in, just like a thorn, I guess.
Terrifying. What's it like to go home after this? Are people stopping you in the streets? What's it like to kind of go back to the real world after letting it all out there?
For me, my first challenge, it was harder to come home. I feel like that prepped me a little bit for the longer one. I feel like even walking into grocery stores, like being around people and all of the commotion, it made me feel a little bit uneasy. For me this time, it was just pure excitement. I just needed to get home. I miss my family so bad. So just being able to see their faces and hug them and hold them, like, it was the greatest feeling.
Sam?
Yeah, I turning on the tap and just having fresh drinking water pour out of the faucet is just for a few weeks is a miraculous thing, and you have an untold gratitude for every plate full of food in front of you. It's certainly a fascinating experience that I think you can only experience if you've been in a situation like that.
Right. Right, and obviously the challenges are just obvious. But what's fun? What do you enjoy about the experience out there for 40 days?
I think there's little moments of joy to be taken from lots of different things. When you catch a fish or get what we call like a big win, like a large amount of protein, and everyone cooks together, and you develop a sense of community with your teammates. Despite the terrible suffering, there is little moments of joy and elation to be drawn out of it. What do you think, Lindsay?
Yeah, I feel like for me, it was definitely just each time that I've gone, I feel like I figure myself out just a little bit more. So I think going through extreme suffering allows you to let different versions of yourself come through and grow from it. And so I think that's been the best part of these challenges for me. I feel like every time I come out of it, I come out just a little bit better and a little bit more of an understanding of Mother Nature and our world. And yeah, a lot of good things come out of doing these.
Awesome. Well, very quickly, we're wrapping up here. What's one thing people should know that they might not know just from watching the show?
It is the realest reality show, I guess, you can ever watch. We're out there, we're doing it. You can see our bodies break and drain away, and just tune in and just check it out and see what we go through. You'll be morbidly fascinated, that's for sure.
Awesome.
Agreed.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys, and congratulations on getting out of the Columbia Badlands there. Naked and Afraid, Discovery Channel on Sunday. Should be a fun one, and stay tuned for more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Daily Flash.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade. And now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun. Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson. Trending news and entertainment.
Hello, I'm Shervin Rezai here with Chenna Garden in Avon, Colorado. My hobbies are obviously skiing. I've been skiing since I was 3 years old. In addition to that, music's always been my first passion, and you can see that alive and well at Chenna Garden with our little record nook, where we have over 300 records, and we'll continue to grow that collection and play vinyl records for you while you enjoy your cuisine. Chenna Garden is Avon's oldest running restaurant. We've been open since 1988 when my mother set up shop and wanted to begin offering Avon, Colorado, the best quality Chinese food that we could get. And I started working in the restaurant when I was 8 years old as a dishwasher, making $1 a day. And then one of the servers, pushed by my dad, told me I should ask for a raise, and then I got $5 a day, but then I had to put all $25 at the end of the week into a savings account, which actually helped me out in college. So after college, I went out to New York for law school, and I spent 15 years out in New York City practicing law and working in-house, which exposed me to a lot of restaurants all over the world, all over the country. And after getting exposure like that, I realized that we have this beautiful restaurant here that has so much potential. So in the fall of 2023, we came back, remodeled, and tried to get this back to give that special feel that I've known all my life here. We've been offering a lot of new cuisines, including German cuisine with our good family friend Gunther Schmidt, who's been serving up authentic German cuisine in the Valley for many, many decades. Why not? This is America. We can serve German food in a Chinese restaurant, and we just let it try. And after a year of it, it's been building up some success, and we're just having a lot of fun just seeing the look of bewilderment on every customer when they're like, how am I getting German food in a Chinese restaurant that's this good at this quality? China Garden is really all about that community, and that first starts with the local community. We always try to take care of all of us who are working hard, grinding it, so that we can also enjoy what this valley has to offer. And through that, we get a nice mix of word of mouth, tourists who come in. We're looking for something a little more authentic and that has a history with the valley. I'm a proud member of the Avon Vail Valley community, lifelong member as I was born here, and I hope you come out and see us here at China Garden. We're open every day, 4 to 9, any day the mountain's open. Cheers.
The Paltrowcast is an award-winning weekly series featuring exclusive interviews with entertainers, athletes, and other influencers. Tune in weekdays at 10 a.m. to see where the conversation takes us.
Paltrowcast. Tune in Saturdays at 5 p.m. for Offbeat Cinema, where the coffee is always hot and the movies are oh so cool. Find us on Xfinity Channel 92 or on our website at tv8vail.com.
TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the TVA Weather Center. On this Tuesday morning, snow showers and wind expected today. Oh my goodness. 8 a.m. 32 degrees, a high of 43 degrees today, 80% chance of rain and snow. That wind is coming at 20 to 30 miles per hour from the west. Into the hourly temperatures, noon, 36 degrees and snow showers expected. 4 p.m. 36 and 8 p.m. temperatures start dropping down to 33 degrees. Snow showers expected throughout the afternoon today and into the evening. Eagle, a high of 48, Avon high of 45, Vail high of 43 with some snow expected throughout the Rocky Mountain region today. Denver, a high of 63 degrees today with a 10% chance of precipitation. On the Front Range tonight, a low of 19, 40% chance of snow and overcast skies throughout the evening. Sunset at 8:06 p.m. Winds start dying down this evening, 5 to 10 miles per hour coming in from the southeast. Into the rest of the week. Tomorrow, a mostly cloudy Wednesday with a high of 43 and a low of 22. Thursday starts warming up a little bit with afternoon showers expected, but a high of 52. Friday, a high of 55 and more scattered showers. And into the weekend, a partly cloudy Saturday with a high of 59. And Sunday, afternoon thunderstorms expected with a high of 63. Temperatures starting to get into the 50s and 60s later in the week, but the lows are still in those 20s and 30s. So varying temperatures throughout the week this week, and some precipitation expected, some snow at higher elevations. That was a fun Tuesday morning here on Good Morning Vail. Thanks so much for joining us. And we're going to be back tomorrow with more about the community going on. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies.